This is what we're looking at. Data center farms. The largest data center farm. The largest data center farm is in China. That's where it's at. It's located in China. And when you think about it, farms, you know how they have the boilers, the chicken boilers and stuff, they're considered farms too. You know how you have vast areas of farmland? Good morning. I hope you can hear me. Vast areas of farmland where you see crops and stuff. We got big data centers. They're called data center farms. This is much deeper. These data centers, good morning, the electricity that they use and the water is like astronomical. And you know, I was sitting there thinking, and I know you, if you heat your home or something like that, the electricity and stuff, why is it so much electricity? Good morning. Good morning. We got a lot of people up. We do. I woke up around 3:30 something, and somehow got on the data centers. Um, Good morning. Look at this. I want you to look at this right here. Data centers, oopsie, use more electricity than entire countries. Domestic electricity consumption of selected countries versus data centers in 2020. They use more than entire countries. And remember the pull on the grid. Um, Remember how they were shutting down coal plants and stuff like that? And they're talking about, you know, electricity and all this clean stuff and how there's such a demand and you have brownouts and stuff like that and blackouts. What if this is some of the reason the enormous consumption of these data center farms, because the data center farms, the energy forecast networks and stuff. Let me see this. AC. You can. I had this flipping. I had this up there at my thing. No, look at this. This is not tuning in. This stuff. These farms. Where was my one piece of data? Look at the consumption that is rising. And we're having 2 data centers that I know of. There's even more that are popping up in Indiana. And they're popping up all over the world. The United States, and let me look at this, the largest data centers in the world. The world's largest data center is China Telecom, Inner Mongolia, Mongolian Empire. China Telecom, Inner Mongolia Information Park. Mongolia Information Park. Which company has the most data centers? Equinox. Equinix. Equinix. 248 centers. Okay. I've got to quit getting myself messed up on here. Hello. Yeah, data centers, they're all over the place. Data farms, just think of them as farms, just like crops, but this is data, and they eat up electricity big time. Massive electricity, and some of these are going to be driven by solar panels. Let me take you to the very beginning. Look. Hey. There is no cloud. There are vast data centers sucking up water, electricity, and rare earth metals, literally boiling up the planet. That's a 1 in 6. Look, in January, the largest ever survey of AI research found that 16% of these, look at this, telemarketing firms put out sales calls with AI generated voices that mimic former employees who have been let go. They've taken the people's voices and using their voices. A few weeks back in January, the largest ever survey of AI researchers found that 16% of them believe their work would lead to the extinction of humankind. The extinction of humankind. I sat here and read this article. I don't know how long it was. Said like we have a 1 in 6 chance of catastrophe. These are young people too, in the 30s and 28s. Oh my gosh, it'll lead to the extinction of humankind. Mm, hold on, in January, okay. AI generated landscape and stuff. Okay, y'all, just let me just get this here. No. Okay, I read that. That's fine. Look at this. What was my question? Well, there's hyperscalers of these data centers. They typically need 10 to 14 kilowatts per rack in existing data centers, and this is likely to rise to 40 and 60 for AI-ready racks equipped with resource-hungry GPUs, processing units. That's what they are, processing units. This means the overall consumption of data centers across the U.S. is likely to reach 335 gigawatts by 2030, up from 17 gigawatts. That's just the data center themselves. Data center consumption, how much do they use? Amazon's is not too big. Virginia is going to get some. Okay, Virginia's going to get it. There was something that said 81%. 40, let me pick this up. I got to find the one where it said 81% the electricity rate is going to rise. This is China. China, hello. This is China Telecom in Mongolia. Just think of data center farms. If you're just tuning in, this is the biggest owner. Who owns most data centers in the United States? It's Digital Realty. You think that's an artificial entity right here? Digital Realty owns most data centers in the United States with 132 facilities comprising 1,226 megawatts of white space IT load across 23.4 million net rentable square feet. Internet. It owns 23.4 million internet rentable square feet. If I'm reading that right, you got land, you got physical land here where we're at, like acres. That's internet rentable square feet. You rent that space on the internet. If they got their own, it's their own infrastructure. Data center. The average annual power of a data center is 18 to 19 kilowatts every year. Why do data centers consume so much energy? Why do they? How much do data centers really use? The global data center recently consumed 205 billion kilowatts. For this claim to be true, their average electricity emissions. Wait, I read something else about the typical household compared to the data center. You all, this is serious what's happening. How do they gather the need to store the double data in 2 years? I read something like that. They got hyperscalers. We're at the point where AI can literally replicate a whole entire the way these data centers are ran and stuff and built with AI. They can replicate a whole entire data center like that. Set up their racks and stuff, and all the information is literally like transferred over to them like that. You don't need the human labor because AI can replicate all those racks and racks and racks and racks of data, information, programming all by itself now. They got the power, they got their program to do it. They can do it. AI can do it. Mm, let me try to get to this something. Look at this. U.S. electricity load growth forecast jumps 81%, led by data centers. Led by data. The electricity load in the United States, is this what we're looking at? Jumps. Is that just the United States? I need to look at that, you all, because I don't even know what this thing is because I didn't really look. This website uses it. No, I don't want to. I don't want to know about your utility, your electricity. Yeah, it's the U.S. electricity. You're going to pay higher for your electricity. You can't tell me or anybody else that these farms, these data center farms, are not going to cause the demand for electricity to rise for the households, because you already are paying a lot more money. And when these just think of the pull they got on the grid, the electric grid from the data centers. It's a lot, because they're going to be sucking it up. They're going to suck up the electricity, these things. Look, the era of flat power demand is over. The nationwide compilation of utility load forecast grid strategies. I mean, there's big money to be made. There's big money to be made in this right here. The U.S. grid not ready for all this new demand, the report warns. Oh, what demand are they talking about? Are they talking about the demand from the, oh, no, get that off of there. Now, see, I can't even get this thing on here. Are they talking about the demand from, I can't even get this thing to come off of here. I've got to close out this window. Are they talking about the demand, that we're not ready for the demand? We cannot, our grid cannot handle the demand of these large data centers that are going to be popping up in the United States. And I doubt that any other country is going to be able to too. If it's going to be your household, your houses or stuff like that, or the data centers will one day take precedence. They will take precedence. Where was I at? The U.S. grid is not ready for all this new demand, and a slowdown in transmission investment could lead to overspending on generation AI. That's I'm sorry. They got installation of new high. Look at this new installation of new high voltage transmission lines can alleviate the grid stress. If they're new high voltage transmission lines, well, then that means they'll be able to get the electricity a lot faster. They'll get the electricity a lot faster if you got new high voltage transmission lines. They'll suck even more up. Hello. How does this do this stuff? There's no way. Let me look at this. How does a granny do all this stuff? There's no way there's a granny live streamer. I'm not a granny live streamer. Let me tell you who I am. I'm a very, very, very old soul who has been on this earth many, many times, many, many, many lifetimes. I'm a very old soul. But in your human mind, you would look at me and say, I'm a granny because of my human age. I'm a very, very old soul. And how do you not know? How do you not know that a lot of people who were on the earth at this time were sent back in time way from the future, way from the future? How do you not know that we chose to come here at this period of time on earth? How do you not know that? You could be a very, very young earthling who haven't spent very much time in this thing called life. You may be that. Okay, there's a lot of old souls here on earth. Old souls mean you've been here before. You've been here time and time and time again. If you believe in, your soul, your spirit never dies. When this flesh dies, you come back and you get another body. If you believe in, it's slipped my mind right now. I ain't got time to talk about that. I'm talking about AI. I'm talking about the demand of these data center farms, which is really plays a very important role in your history on this earth. And it's gonna be life altering, whether you want to realize it or not. The installation of high new voltage transmission lines can alleviate that. Um, Look at that. No, you're going to pay a lot more money. So we're going to have in the United States, our electricity load is going to jump 81%. 81%. Well, there was something else. There was something else I wanted to read in here. Oh, it was like absolutely, it was perfect. It was perfect how it was humanity's remaining timeline. It looks more like 5 years than 50. Meet the Neo-Luddites, a warning of an AI apocalypse. This is a person or something who, when the sewing machine and stuff came around, something like that, something was automated, and he went around and he destroyed the sewing machines or something like that. I don't know what he did, but he did. Went around, and then it didn't stop the advancement of technology, but there was a phrase in this article that I saw. It was really, really good. They even were able to publish something in Time magazine trying to shake humanity from its complacency about this person published an op-ed in Time last spring and advised shutting down the computer farms where AIs are grown and trained. You are that right there. Shutting down the computer farms where AI. This sounds like an alien. It sounds like an alien species. It does when you put it like that. Farms, computer farms, where AIs are grown and trained. We're training our takeover of humanity. In clear, crisp prose, he speculated about the possible need for this is really you all this is really this is not my words for this right here. I could see something like this from way in the future. I could see stuff like this happening, try to stop the advancement, but no, you got the Terminator who came back in time. If you believe in time travel, what if that's not all make believe? What if that's really what's happening? They're trying to come back in time and stop what is happening. There's some kind of a book or something. It's called Warhammer. Warhammer is really dark and dark and dark. It's dark, dark. It has something to do with stuff like this. It does. Let me get back on here. How we doing over here? It's not meant to be. Um, mm, thank you. Thank you. All right. Just caught me off guard, but yeah, thank you. Look, now look. Try to picture where we at. What did he say? To grasp where things are heading, he said. Try to picture an alien civilization that thinks 1,000 times, this is true, faster than us, in lots and lots of boxes, almost too many for us to feasibly dismantle, should we even decide to. This is, they are going to have God level super intelligence, too fast, too ambitious for humans to contain or curtail. Don't imagine a human made brain in one box. To grasp it, we're talking about, that's what he said, an alien civilization. How do you not know that an alien civilization did not land here thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago and just has been like poof, waiting for the time and move much faster too. There was something else that I saw in here. I wanted to see the one phrase, and it's really a good phrase that they used. This is what's coming. This is what's coming right here. Fully automated luxury communism. This is, and China has the largest data center. This is what's coming, and it's already being implemented. Fully automated luxury communism. Hello. I need to keep switching this around. Our time is coming to a close. Get you so charged with what you are meant to be here on earth. I like that. When that I totally agree with you. I really do agree with you on that. I do. No, there's something happening. Data center use. Data center. Well, we want to see this, Cora. Let's see this, Cora. What is the monthly energy consumption of a typical data center? Let's see what they had to say. Somehow, looks like my, I think AI reset my, what did it reset? My letters, my whatever. $360,000 a month to $1.4 million, 24 hours a day, 30 days a month. The U.S., it costs a U.S. data center operator, okay, there you see it. Some up to $1.4 million a month. Just think of the consumption. That's why your rates are going to probably continue. If it's going to come between you or the data center, your household, the data center is going to win out. And they're going to win out. And then what you're going to do? You're going to go back to the Amish. You're going to have to go live like the Amish live. You are. Without electricity, you're going to have a life kind of like the Hunger Games, maybe. You could have something like that playing out. There are over 5,000 databases in the U.S., Penny Honey. 2020 was the official start, David. 2020. Look. Not all power goes to powering the useful equipment like the servers, the storage boxes, and the networks. Some portion is used to cool all that stuff, since most of the power turns into heat, and it's so true. So you would have to have like water cooling stations and our massive air conditioning cooling things too. Is what you would have to have, something like that. But water cooling, just like those power plants, they got to have some water cooling too for them. Like that. Let me see this. One residential electric power costs very roughly around 10 to 20 cents. In the U.S., large-scale commercial rates might be half that. So my range assumes 5 cents kilowatt at the low end and 20 cents at the high. So if you're a business, you are going to have half that. You're going to pay more. So you're going to pay more and they're going to pay less, but they're going to consume a lot more than you. A lot more than you. I guess. I don't know. How are we doing over here? We got the data setting farms. The U.S. electricity load growth is going to jump by 81%. Okay. It forecasts to jump, and we don't got the grid. We don't got the grid for it. They're going to grow more grids. We got, where was I at over here? The data consumption is to double by 2030. By 2030, the U.S. data centers, you all, that's only 6 years away, 6 years away if we all survive. U.S. data center power consumption to double by 2030. It's quite a bit. Hold on here. Set yourself right there. Look right there for a sec. And I doubt if they'll have enough electricity. When you shut down some of the plants, the power plant, not power plants, what do they shut down? Some of the grid can't even handle the load that it does have. It doesn't. That's why you got brownouts. And you'll have more solar panel farms popping up too. And windmills. There's no telling what this earth's going to look like. It really isn't. There's no telling what it's going to look like. Why are we talking about misogyny? How did we get on misogyny? Okay, do we got a troll in here, Scrappy Doo? If you don't know what misogyny is, it's misogyny is hatred and contempt or prejudice against women or girls. Get rid of them. Penny, get rid of them. There. If you see them on there, go back and get rid of them, Penny. I just made you a moderator. Do we need another moderator? Denise, honey, you get rid of them too if you see them. Okay, now we got 2 moderators on here. Hello, Michael. Yeah, you want to come on here and you want to, you dislike women. That's just too bad. It is. We got lots of women on here. Imagine that. And you're speaking against women. I can get rid of you too. Yeah. No, let me type in another word. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, you all know. No, you're hijacking my train of thought is what you're doing. We're going to be using a whole lot more electricity. The electricity is going to double. We got farms, data center farms popping up all over the world. And if it's going to be between you and the data farm's going to win out. Okay, because this is the future right here. Hello. Yeah. Right here. And if you want to, let's see how big is the Mongolian, I got to get these shrunk down. How big is the Mongolian data center park. Get this out of the way. Get over there. How big is the data center park in Mongolia? Because China has the biggest data center in the world. And just remember the Mongolian Empire, and they are rising again. It's 10,763,910 square feet. China's Inner Mongolia Information Park. It costs a whopping $3 billion. This data center not only boasts of a cloud computing data center, but also call centers. It's like the big brain. It's like a big brain. It's like a heart. It's like this center. It is a data center. That's where the control is going to come from. Like that. Computers first started. Yeah, I'm going to stay on it. No, this is what's coming. It's what's coming. They did put a halt. Look, we got Chicago. What company has the most data centers? The largest data center known of is the 350 Eastmark in Chicago. 1.1 million square feet. Data center knowledge. Wow. The mega campuses. I have to shrink this down. They are the new mega campuses. Forget about the college campuses. Okay, now think about that. Forget about going to college. Forget about going to colleges. You won't need to. Why? Because AI has all the information now. The new mega campuses, the world's largest data center. We got genealogy. You can imagine what AI is doing. Well, I thought that said genealogy.com. Can you imagine really with that genealogy with AI? I also read, imagine the people, the scientists who are losing their jobs, the people who are losing their jobs. You have companies, when they fully implement the AI, they allow the algorithm to decide who gets laid off, who loses their job. And you're already set in front of a computer where your picture is snapped all throughout the day. They're monitoring everything you do. They're monitoring your keystrokes. They're monitoring you. And if you don't perform in the manner that you're supposed to, you're going to be out. You're going to be out. They got the computer doing it. And they'll follow a strict guideline, just like it's going to happen. I'm just about done. I really am. How much power in the data center and its cost across the U.S.? Okay, I think we already did it. There are people who can calculate all this stuff in their head. Do they use a lot of electricity? They'll probably say, no, they don't use a lot. Some giant consume as much as a small town. Okay, now get this. So we've got a big data center popping up in Jeffersonville, Indiana. I think there's one going to pop up maybe around Gary, Indiana. Some giant data centers consume as much energy as a small town. Can you imagine that? For power supply systems, cooling systems, network connections, and security systems to be functional, they are estimated 200 terawatt hours each year as of now. That is more than the national energy consumption of some countries. 200 terawatt hours. We had I had something on here. I did. They're rushing for the data centers. U.S. solar hotspots, 85%. Virginia's total power demand is forecast to rise 85% in Virginia. Well, all you're going to need is a plasma apocalypse, right? And fry the data centers. Now, who's to say something like that might not happen in the future to try to slow down this advancement because someone came back from the future to try to stop it. Say a lot of someones came back from the future to try to stop it. It's like timeline jumping. And if time really doesn't exist, then it wouldn't matter. There would be no question. If time doesn't exist, you're just further this way. You just travel back that way. If time really is kind of irrelevant. Power rates. Power in data center and its cost across the United States. It is noted that utility rates can be negotiable for very large data centers with prices generally lower than the above. Oh, so they're going to get it. Data centers see sharp rise in power costs and lease rates. Dallas, Phoenix, Chicago saw increases ranging between 12 and 18%. 12 to 18%. That I'm done looking at them. Really, I'm done looking at the data centers. You can see them. They're all over the place, these data centers, the top 10 data centers. I thought there was a great big, look at that one right there. Amazon, Google. Is this their facilities? Data center farms around the world. Forget your chicken farms and your cattle farms. This is machines. Machines, they're everywhere. Consuming the power, taking the water. You don't need hardly any humans. They can run themselves. They literally can run themselves. And I'm not just saying that. You might every now and then need a physical human being to come in and who knows the systems to get them back up. But other than that, they run themselves. They run themselves. Look at that. Electricity consumption. Whoa, what is that one right there? Has literally, we got to look at that one. That one has literally, it has literally spiked through the roof if you're in that state. And this is in the United States. This is 2 months ago. If you're tuning in, welcome. It's early in the morning. And we got robots. Let me see. I haven't been looking at this. The entire globe is going to be a CPU. What if we live on a circuit board? And these data centers are popping up because we live in a matrix to try to strengthen the matrix from within. What if they are? What if these data centers are going to do that too? I ain't been up all night. I went to sleep. I was so exhausted. I just went to sleep. If we're inside a matrix and these data centers are popping up all over the world, and you have people who come back from the future or something, they want to shut down the matrix, but it's being reinforced by AI. Being reinforced by AI within the matrix itself with the big data centers. Who is that? It's Virginia. Look at Virginia, the power spike in Virginia. Look at that. Recent technical issues with the local utilities' ability to distribute enough power to substations could delay the projects currently planned or under construction until at least 2024 or later in the Northern Virginia, in the world's biggest market. This is, look at that. Wow. See what happens to the matrix as the data centers go down. That's right. So maybe, yeah, I was going to say, so maybe a plasma apocalypse is needed in the future because this was already foretold, this was already seen, and it's going to fry it. It's going to fry them all and set us back to the Stone Age. Then we're going to have a massive civilization reset again. Then we're going to have it. Look at that. This is really interesting. You got developed countries with their data centers, obviously. But you're not seeing very many over here. I don't know what's going on in Russia, but you see it in China is massive. It is massive. You got some in Sydney, Australia. Africa doesn't have that many, but they might soon have a lot. They might. They might soon have a lot. This is the biggest data centers. They got Northern Virginia, but Northern Virginia's on hold. They are on hold. I don't see France in here, and I don't see Russia. Wonder why. Wonder why they're not in here. Why don't they got Russia in here at all? They don't. This is really interesting. With nearly 300 data centers, including many AWS servers in the Northern Virginia data center, market is the largest in the world. Data centers in the region are estimated to handle more than 1/3 of global online traffic. Wow. 1/3. That is a lot. The future of data. Yeah, it's just lots of data. There's a lot of people that likes data. It is. So we just got data centers. I want to see if we can find the beast. Where is the beast located? The beast, the beast, the beast data center. I'm going to type in Brussels, Belgium. Belgium. Okay, we got it. Let's see if we got it. The brain of the beast. Google reveals, this is 2012, the computers behind the cloud. You can see it right there. The brain of the beast. Okay, yeah. The beast of Brussels. The beast computer in Brussels. Does a supercomputer named the beast physically exist? Does a supercomputer called the beast exist in Brussels, Belgium? They say they debunked it decades ago. Yes, it did in 1981. The beast, big data, efficient and automated science transferred the beast. If anyone worships the beast or receives its mark, they too will, you know what? They too will do that. Oh. Come on, load your system. Big data, efficient and automated science transfer beast. Big data. It's the BEAST, the beast. The beast. an open source software architecture for ArcJet data management, modeling, and automation. It's nasa.gov. We are at nasa.gov. I'm going to go slow so you can see it. You type it all in. There, we got it. Consequently, the Beast was developed to provide a new data infrastructure with streamlined data collection, processing, transfer, and analysis. This new framework also seeks to implement the FAIR principles of data stewardship, findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable. The Beast is the framework. It's a combination of Python. If you know Python programming, do you know Python? Web framework. There's people who can do it. And the Python, you got the Beast. Isn't that interesting? You got a big Python. You got monolithic. The Beast. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. I'm done looking for you. I'm done looking for you. I am done looking. You see these? Yeah. All right. I'm done looking. You go look at that. Where were we at? How did we get on that? Right there. Okay. Computer data center farms. They're going to use up all the electricity. Okay, they are. I'm going to go. I'm going to go. I'm not going any further. I'm stopping right there. I am. So we got data center farms and the electricity rates. The electricity is going to rise. I don't know. The usage is going to go about 85%. And Virginia is a massive database. What they say? 1/3 of the traffic in the whole world, global traffic, comes through Virginia also. And then you have the Beast, the Beast, the Beast. Data centers, you can see them around the world. All right. I'm going to go. So thank you all for tuning in this wee hour of the morning. I'm sorry this is an early morning video. If you don't mind, please give this video a thumbs up to help it reach those who may not be aware of the time that we're living in right now. I'm trying to be careful of what words I use. They may not be aware of really, truly how serious this is. That's right. Thank you to our moderators on here who popped in here. That's right. So welcome. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Penny, for helping out on here. So I am going to go. You all, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing. And thank you to everyone who has, because we will probably have spur of the moment, wake up, get out of the bed videos on here at the strange hours of the day. Spontaneous, to where it cannot be predicted. You can't predict it. You can't. That's where spontaneity comes into being. Yeah. Yeah, good night. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your 5:01 in the morning or afternoon or evening. 1/3 of the global traffic. Thank you again, you all. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you.